Hello Diamonds and welcome back to the Hornets. So I decided as everything is getting super quiet on the server and we are planning to get the new season started next Friday, that I will make this as the last episode for the season. And during the week of out of season I will see if I can try out the version 10 playtest. But just to go out without really doing much, I thought that I will go around and see a few more locations that I have planned. And yeah, as you can see, my farm is just overgrown and very random now. Because, well, I did harvest everything useful yesterday and now all the avocados are finished and I will leave it right here. So yeah, it has been quite interesting season on that side. Of course, very quiet considering like what we had on the B, but it's kind of expected on new servers. Like not even most of the old players came over, so it's kind of difficult to get started, and it felt like the planet was a bit too large for the amount of people we had. Yet it's kind of difficult to expect how many you have anyway, so it's kind of more like trial and error stuff. So this planet itself was already smaller than what we had the last season in the B, but yeah, it still was quite big. So yesterday I had some conversation with Presex, and he was mentioning that for the next season we probably will plan the roadmap differently. So maybe have just one main road that goes all over the planet, just to keep like people a bit more close to each other, as at the moment some people were so far away that it was just super troublesome to go to different places and see anything. But yeah, now we are getting to one of the marked positions that I decided to go and visit. It's right through the forest. So I haven't been here. I just saw the building on the map view and thought that it might be interesting to come by. So this place is called Mehta, and it belongs to Chilu, who has been offline, well, for a week now. But anyway, you can still come and take a look. It's quite nice riverside. It has mechanical power being generated just back there. Quite big building, all hewn, but doesn't matter too much. And yeah, downstairs is quite decent old-fashioned restroom. I mean, normally those things are super small. Like if you think about those countries, like literally you would have like door that leads directly to the throne. But yeah, I've had those outhouses myself, so yeah. Anyway, let's go inside. Just a table, kind of gives slightly tavern-y feel. Just icebox, probably for own foods. On this side, there's kind of like a balcony style place. It does look good with those fence pieces. And let's go upstairs. There's like several floors. Each floor has its own items. So this is bedroom. The tree is a little bit overgrown, thrown. I don't know why I was having trouble speaking again. Yeah, so kind of decent place. Has its own fire location, and then outside is again balcony and something very Finnish, I must say. It's a platform to jump into the water, and it needs to be really high for some reason. So yeah, I'm a little bit scared of heights, so I'm not going to jump this time. But yeah, it's something is very common in those countries. Yeah, so. And then the last floor is just another table, few chairs, one bench. So it's probably supposed to be a living room, like it says. Not too much inside. And another balcony. This time they don't have any places to jump into the water, but still. And then access to the roof, which has its own like big area where you can just enjoy time. Like for people who want to sunbathe, it's excellent location, especially as the roof itself is a bit darker, so it should work well. But now let's go a bit further. Let's see what else is around here. This is quite big claim. So I can see that over on this side we have like bricks and lumber, considering the building is made out of fumes, so just for selling, I guess. So yeah, in the store there is just few pots and stuff like that. Not really selling any bricks though. Not buying either. Not sure how those ended up being there. Maybe they're made and not used. And yeah, on this side we have another building. So, wood workshop. And if we go downstairs, then yeah, this is sawmill and kilns. So, good way to make bricks and stuff. And very, very tiny clay mine on the backside. Okay. And yeah, again, a way to go into the water. It's quite decently balanced, so not too bad on this layout. And if we see this side, yeah, like the supports, they look strong enough for the purpose. The water seems to be flowing the right way as well. The last thing in this area is to probably check out this bridge as well. So yeah, quite nicely made. It looks quite beautiful. So yeah, nice building complex. So it's sad that Chilu left so quickly. But anyway, I will get to our next destination and we can look around there as well. So the second location I thought that we should take a look at is over here. So, well, this corner probably doesn't say much, but there is something that is very, very sketchy. It doesn't really have any ladder or anything, but there is a house just levitating in mid-air. So I can see that the person who made it has been using tier 4 materials, but yeah, it's super strange. So on the map I was like, what could be here? Like, no idea. So it seems to be some type of pool. So inside is all water and sand on the bottom. And yeah, kind of unsupported, so I'm not sure why. But yeah, kind of interesting find, I must say. It's very unique. Like, honestly, as a pool part, it looks fantastic. But the full concept of getting it up so high and, well, not balancing it properly, maybe not so much. But yeah, there's actually 2 more locations. And so let's go there and find out what they look like. So the one before the last is the Brezix's place. As I mentioned in the last episode that I would like to take a bit closer look. So we only visited the shop very quickly, but we never really saw about the workshop that he has around here. So you can now nicely come in and take a look. So all the industrial machinery is quite well placed, and yeah, like usual you need like extra space on top. So yeah, it's quite good. Like, it feels like it's convenient for all the operators. Program 007. 1.6 meters. Okay. I never really have checked the display before, so it's kind of new. This display is off. It'd be fun to see all the random stuff on those. Yeah. Assembly tables. Yeah, everything is here that you might need. A few lights. So very good. And yeah, from outside you can see that on one side there are some solar panels for electrical power. And the rest is just raised because of the machinery. And now on this side, we can see that the building is quite nicely propped up, so it's well supported. There's also storage, which is kind of hidden behind the ladders, which does give it really nice look. I do like it. There is a shop that is not in use. I'm not sure why it even exists, because it's not in a room, so therefore I'm not sure if it can even be used. So yeah, it's like extra stuff in here. So maybe just for copy-paste purposes. Let's hop in. Because on the upstairs there's a little bit of housing. So we end up immediately in quite decent living space. It's a little bit difficult to go through here, but I mean, it's not the worst. You have everything you need. The way goes directly into kitchen. Of course, there's a direct way downstairs as well, which you can look later. The kitchen has all the necessary things. You have extra chair in case you get tired when cooking. Extra table for eating. Yeah, it's all good. And on the other side we have bedroom. Yeah, that's quite packed as well, so you can't really go easily around, but it's still doable. The tree is growing through the wall and it's a little bit distracting. And bathroom. This is also super packed. So if they were as big as the living room and kitchen, I think they would be very, very open. But yeah, bathtub has its own tray in it. A unique way of cleaning yourself. I know that Finnish people tend to use like birch trees or like the leaves for like in sauna, but having different trees just for the pass never really hurts. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's go to the kitchen and head downstairs. So we end up immediately in another workshop. So this one is all wood related, so advanced carpentry tables, sawmills, all that. Everything like usual is well separated, and using the ladders you can make the room separate and it looks really good. And yeah, it just quickly goes out into the storage space. So yeah, quite well done. And yeah, the road itself is also nicely finished. So Bresix has done really good job. And on that topic, yesterday he was doing something very fantastic, which I kind of left as the grand finale. And he was preparing for the next season. So we will have new government building, which is a bit smaller, a bit nicer. And so yeah, I want to go there and check it out for the next moment. So the new government building will be all this. It's 3 separate buildings, which I think kind of makes sense because, well, everything needs to be easily accessible and kind of useful. So one of the really fancy buildings that he made is this banking building, and I think it's really good. So we have the distribution station store. It's pretty much for this one here. Then we have bank. We have registrar. So we can do all our titles and bank accounts here. Easy access, fantastic. And yeah, he even put the sign up so you know exactly what to do. Then a shop for all the custom stuff with the loyalty wings. So this is the place where we could, I mean, this store is not set up, but in the main building at the moment where we can use our like the loyalty wings, or like even before the B coins for different items for the season. And then the extra land claim papers for farmers, and it's also applicable to miners and loggers, which is quite good. So yeah, you get, when you advance from level 1 to level 2, you will get extra papers, and you can just exchange them here for the currency. So at the moment, of course, it also hasn't been set up. And because we have like 3 different currencies, like the farmers credit, loyalty wings, and in this season village, next season might be a different currency for the main. That's why we also have 3 different mints, because they're all minted currencies. So yeah, quite nice. And we also have access to the treasury, where certain people can change all the tax rates and all that. Yeah, we can see all our currencies here as well. but it's also one of the only building that doesn't have access to the hidden underground place, which I will show quite soon as well. And yeah, I do like those nice steel rows seating chairs. It's really suitable for this type of building. So yeah, well done, Presix. So next building we can check. Let's do this one. So I understand we will spawn kind of here as well. So it has all the information, like no deeming, centralized research, Discord, all that. And yeah, so this is the place where we trade all our papers, like usual. Yeah. And this corner here looks exactly like you would have with the with those tables that you kind of lift it up and go through. It's kind of some sort of gate. And yeah, on the back side here, we have staircase to downstairs, where they have a lot of storage and all the courtrooms. And the idea is that it's not really a place where normally citizens would come. So therefore, there's probably no notes currently available. Not sure if next season admins will add the notes, depending on what laws are in each court or whatnot. But well, we will see it, what they come up with next season. But yeah, this room is also quite well managed and it looks nice. Even the lights being like kind of different ways all over the place. It looks good. And yeah, I do like also the materials used. And when you go upstairs, there's kind of like half wall, which also looks nice. And here is like all the zoning office and estate desk. I mean, at the moment I can only see my own estates, but this is also where we could easily sell, buy different lands. I mean, I don't really have any purpose for those things. And then the zoning office for all the district maps. So admins can set up all the roads and whatnot. And yeah, like last season I mentioned, it's kind of strange that this map is actually being updated all the time, which I didn't know for a very long time. So we can see that. So for this season, like there's a lot of buildings in like this corner, including our farm there. And then everything else is pretty much empty. And yeah, like on this island here, you can have like few mining operation on this corner that kind of falls over and therefore is invisible, is where the Lunara is. And yeah, like pretty much everything was on one island and the people who went further away were unreachable. And yeah, here the Presix's place and our current location in the government building as well. So those were really difficult to access, and I think they lost a lot of business because of that. But yeah, hopefully next season we can have a bit better map on that aspect, so we don't need to worry about going for a long trip to get anything. And I think I will leave this episode and also this season right here. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye.